Welcome to Workshop 14. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a regular lampshade into this. Let's jump right in. So you probably have all the items, but it shouldn't cost more than a few bucks in case you don't. So we're going to go to Google Images and search for Arbaeen Walk to Karbala. And then we're going to go looking through a lot of images, and we want to look for images that are the side view. So there's a lot of different images, but that's what we're focusing on. Here's one I found with the guy holding that red and black flag, and it's from the side. And if you click on that image, it'll show you images that are similar, and you can see a bunch here that are kind of from the side and kind of similar. And a lot of these can work. Some of them we can improve and work on. And so let's save one I found, and then I think 2 or 3 should be good. I think this one is a good one too. He's from the side. It's a nice clean image, and he's holding 2 flags. After we're done editing these images, we won't even know who these people are, and it's gonna just be all black with just a silhouette and outline. So that's 2 images. I think I found one more that I'm gonna take into Canva. And if you didn't know, in 2022 there were 21.2 million people who visited Karbala on Arbaeen. So then we're gonna firstly take the one that we like the most and then make it into a black and white classic image. So after that we click apply. So now click on remove background, and then you'll see you can erase some of the parts that you don't want in there, like some of the shadow from his feet. And so go ahead and choose the brush size that you want. You can zoom in or zoom out. So this part is a little tedious and takes some time. And just remember to be patient. And if you know Photoshop, you're welcome to go into Photoshop and use the great tools that they offer. And there are some other alternatives you can use to do this type of photo editing also. And I chose Canva because it's free and it's easy to use. So now you have to increase the contrast to have it black and white because we don't want any grays in the picture. And then because this flagpole was lightened, I want to make it darker. So I'm just going to make a line that's black enough, thick enough that it can just go right over it and make it easier to cut or laser cut. You can adjust the weight of the line by choosing weight in the options, and just try a few different numbers to see what looks good and what fits the best. And in regards to the shadows under the feet or wherever in the image, we will be cutting those parts off with a scissor anyway, so it's not a big deal if you leave it there. If you print it on a LaserJet or inkjet printer, you won't have to worry about taking out the parts that are white in the image, like the Ya Hussein. So because I cut it on a laser cutter, I'm gonna have to take it out with some tool and take out the parts that need light for it to go through. And as you can see, I printed it on a blue construction paper and a black one because I wanted to check the difference and see the difference. And if you want it to be as thick as a construction paper, your printouts, you'll have to glue a few printouts on top of each other. You can try 2 or 3 to see which one looks the best and is dark enough for the lampshade. And my lampshade is not a true white, it's like a cream color. So if you do leave some white parts from your printout, there will be a little bit of a difference between the color if you have a cream colored lampshade and your printout white paper. And here, as you can see, I put the blue and the black next to each other, and there's maybe like a 5% difference. And now I'm gonna compare the printout with the construction paper. So this one, there's not that much difference, and like I said, the white part of the printout might be a little different than your lampshade, but I think it will be good enough. And just the taping of it is the hard part, and you'd have to just make sure if it doesn't go too close to the bottom and the top, because the tape will have to get cut or wrap around, which looks really bad. So I'd recommend just cutting the tape. If you're using a mailing tape that's pretty wide, you'll have to cut a portion of it off if your printout is too close to the edges, top edge and the bottom edge. I'd recommend putting out your tape with the sticky side up and put a few rows, and then you just place the printout on the tape one at a time. So you put the first piece of tape and put that on top of it, and then put the second piece and try to line it up where the first one ends. It's a little hard, just be careful because the flagpole is pretty thin, so you just gotta be gentle and delicate. And even if it tears or something, the tape will hold it all together anyway. So it's not a huge deal. So now one of the most challenging parts is the taping of the actual printout to the lampshade. It's pretty hard because it's a curved lampshade, and when you don't get it perfectly on, it'll stick. You have to like pull it off and try again. So this was a little bit stressful. Now you're welcome to use any other adhesive that you'd like. It would probably be a little bit easier, but I wanted to just make sure that I would have an option to use other pictures in the future and didn't want to make it permanent. I would love to see the images and lampshades you come up with. So please share your images on social media, links in the description. So as you can tell from here, I went a little too high with my printout and my tape, so I had to cut some of it off, which is not visible in the end result. And if you are looking for the images that I used, I can put a link in the description so you can download them and print them and cut them out and use them. Looking for more arts and crafts projects for kids, I'd recommend Kissa Kids and Al Kissa Foundation. You click on Islamic projects, and then you can go through and see all the options you can choose from. There are Milad crafts and Milad recipes, and there's 40 Hadith activities book, and there's some videos on crafts, and then there's Milad un-Nabi crafts. If you get a smart bulb, you can change the color to whatever color you like. You can connect it to your Alexa or Google Home. And I got a smart bulb from Costco, but there's a one on Amazon that I will put in the description.